High-risk investment. Trading on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Before deciding to trade, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Market opinions. Any opinions, news, research, analyses, prices, or other information contained on this video is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute investment advice. MasterTheMarkets will not accept liability for any loss or damage, including without limitation to any loss of profit, which may arise directly or indirectly from use of or reliance on such information.
Okay, traders, welcome to our live trading workshop webinar. Today is still Nopon here, founder of Master the Markets Illustrious Conference and the Traders Open Day. So here we are on the live trading positions over here. So what we're going to be covering for today is we're going to be taking a look at some live trade positions that we have. Currently, we are on short on cable over here, as you can see. Just a little bit off our break-even point here. I'm just still analyzing that. I'll push this out on the Telegram channel as well. I'll explain this to you guys in a minute. The other thing also is that we'll be covering a topic today too. So the topic is going to be on how the Iran-Israel war is moving the markets, okay? So we're going to be talking a little bit about that. We're going to be taking a look on oil and gold, especially based on this topic over here. On oil and gold, I'm going to be analyzing the Brent oil chart in a bit more detail too. And then the other thing is that finally we'll end off with Q&A and some events that are coming up. Okay, this and more in this live trading webinar session. Right, traders. So let's take a look on the positions that are setting up. Let's do this together on cable as well. So I was putting the cable thing together. Those of you joining us for the first time, I'll just run through this, give you all a bit of reference links as well. I need to push this out on the Telegram channel too. I'm seeing an uptrend across 3 time frames, as you can see. So I have put that together using the SMI framework, as you can see over here. The SMI framework has got quantified tops and bottoms, okay? That's the unique thing about the SMI framework. We quantify what a top and a bottom is. So without any subjectivity, in a classroom of 10,000, 20,000 people, they can decide what trend it is, you know, what compression it is on any time frame, whether it's the daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, it doesn't matter, okay? We can do that accordingly. That's what we have done. So over here, not only that, you can get some key stats out of it, but I'll talk about that later on. So those of you who have been joining us for quite some time would know about all of that. So over here, what I'm seeing is when I put it all together, I'm seeing an uptrend across 3 time frames. But when I do a direction correlation, 2 time frames are on the downside, okay? And the 1 hour stretch, it hasn't broken either stretch line yet. It's more nearer to its lower stretch. And I'll give you all these reference videos very shortly. The lower stretch is over here, but it still hasn't broken that. You see the upper stretch line is here, lower stretch line is there. And in terms of the latest range, line that is broken is the lower range. I'll explain that in a minute. The previous daily high and previous daily low is not broken, either one of that. And what I'm saying by that is I'm taking a look at our previous bar high over here. Those of you who are just on the Traders Basecamp live webinar over the weekend, you would have understood the importance of that, why I'm looking at that. And then the other thing is, let's go back to here. In terms of 50% OE, yes, it just confirmed on the 1 hour. ATR range as I'm forming a bias on short, even though it's not the best strong looking chart. So I've got to play it accordingly, and that's why I've put the risk much lower on this one as well, on this particular trade, but I'll be seeing how it is. That's why I haven't pushed it out on the Telegram channel yet. So I'll see how that goes. On the 1 hour, you see, traders, this is what I'm looking for. That's a confirmation there, but it seems I want to see if it breaks that, because my only main true thing was that it took out this lower range over here and it's gone for the short side. And usually when I've seen that, the bar formation BRO goes towards the downside. That's why I got a 1 ATR target here. I'll just put a small target. I will also keep an eye on this before I push this on a Telegram channel. I put this on a lower risk, but let's see how this one goes. Close 13596, 3596 minus 14. I'm just going to write this on the 1 hour. 3582, isn't it? 13582. I'm going to take a look on the volume as well. Let's go a bit deeper into the volume here. The volume side of things, let's take a look. Nothing really striking here that I can see. Let me just put all the volume stuff on. And there we go. So I'm taking a look at this. So we can see that. Let me just zoom in a little bit. There were a few volume spikes all here coming up, if you guys can observe that, right? And you can see it's a bit leveling off here. This could very well be a bottom. That's what I got to be cautious of. Now, if this confirms, isn't it? Let me just go back to there again. So that's on the 1 hour. This is on the 15-minute. If this confirms here, comes back down, that's the critical level I'll be taking a look at to break. If it does confirm, let me see, it will travel a little bit. My stop is around here. Not the best of setups, that's why I put it on a lower risk. And then we'll take a look at other instruments as well, see which one is a bit more obvious. So I've got the red VSA light over there, which confirms it for a short taking opportunity. My only thing is the bottoms here leveling off, okay? That's what I'll be concerned about. I'll wait and see on this one. I'll keep an eye. Not the best of obvious traits over here. So with that, let's go on to the other ones and take a look. And then I'll see if I want to push this out on the Telegram channel as well. Okay. Not seeing a very clear sign, but my hunch is the last thing I wanted to take a look was the stretch ratio, right? So let me take a look on the stretch ratio here. So what has it done here? Let me take a look. Here, it's done 23, it's done 19. So it's about half, isn't it? So even if it does reverse from here, let me see. So we're taking a look at about 80 pips to do. So if it does do 80 pips, 60, so it can still keep it stretched to the bottom side, isn't it? So I'll watch this closely. We might get actually an uptrend on this, you know that. You know what I'll do? I'll take out half more, reduce my loss on this one here, right? I'll close that, take out a little bit off the table, and then we'll see. You know what? I might be actually look at a long if it gives me the signals, especially with Powell's talk coming up, okay? But I need a clear volume signal coming up. Just need this on the 5-minute. This is what I did on the euro dollar yesterday when I was trading it. I can see something here, traders. If you can see that one there, supporting that bottom there. So you know what I will wait for? I will wait for, if this is the true place where the true volume of buying is coming in, highly probably we'll see some test around this region. Okay, and then at that particular point, we can get a bit more confidence for this upstrength to carry on up towards breaking up the upper range line. So far looking good, but I will wait for a test, okay, just to double confirm that. All right, okay, good. So I'll keep that over here. Now let's go on to the other instruments, okay? And then I'll take a look at the other one. So insert, I'll put the volume here as well. Okay, good. So now let's go on to, I did write a few ones. So let me go and take a look at Brent as well. Brent was looking a bit interesting. So what we got here is an uptrend phase 1 here, okay? Uptrend phase 1. Now on the uptrend phase 1 here, right, uptrend phase 1 is what I've got. On the 4-hour, right, let me do that. 4-hour, what do I have? Downtrend phase 2. Here is what I've got. Okay. So let's put all this together, then you guys can see it as well. Maybe this might be a bit distracting, but it's okay. I think we can manage. I'll put the ones which I'm looking at in yellow so we can keep in focus. Okay, good. So we got uptrend phase 2 here. Sorry, the downtrend phase 2 on the 4-hour, right? Let's see. So this one is a downtrend phase 2. That one should be in green, isn't it? Okay, never mind. Right, so here, there we go. So I've got that one here. That would do it. Downtrend phase 2. Now, just quick one for those of you guys joining in for the first time. And I'm getting quite a lot of messages and questions talking about, where do I get the reference links for all of this? Downtrend phase 2 is here, okay? This is a downtrend, but look at this bottom to top. It's going against the trend, isn't it, traders, right? So that's what we call a phase 2. Now, once then after that, it reverts back to an alignment of the trend, top to bottom, then we call that a phase 1. Then it keeps repeating that phase 2, phase 1, phase 2, phase 1. So in an uptrend, that will be bottom to top will be a phase 1, okay? Now, let me complete this, then I'll give you all the reference links. Now, the 1-hour time frame, on the other hand, let's see if I can get another signal here. 1 hour, on the other hand, is in a downtrend phase 1, okay? Similar to our GBP USD, no, GBP USD is uptrend phase 2. So this one is downtrend phase 1 on the 1 hour. 15 minutes, right? Let's take a look at the 15-minute. On the 15-minute, that's a downtrend phase 2, okay? On the 15-minute, there's a downtrend phase 2. So this one is a bit clear. All the 3 time frames at the bottom here, they're all in a downtrend, okay? So kind of our bias is a bit set up here towards the short side. Just direction alignment, I'm not getting it because both is towards the upside here. I just need a confirmation to the downside, okay? So in my 15-minute, I need a confirmation. That's what I'm looking for. So this I will definitely keep on the radar, and it comes in well with our topic for today on the Israel-Iran war, okay? So let's take a look here. Only thing with Brent, the volume is very low if you observe. That's on the 1 hour, isn't it? Let me go on the 15 minutes. Yeah, it did spike around here, isn't it? If you take a look. So that one here, some volume will be coming up. So I'll be keeping a close eye on that one there and see if it pushes this one further to the downside, okay? And if it does, we can look to take a trade. But before that, I will complete this very quickly. So 15 minutes, so I've got another 8 minutes here. So 1 hour stretch, after this, I think, yeah, lower stretch is the latest one that is taken out as well. Range-wise, the latest one that's been taken out is the low side. Okay, good. So this is aligning. This is low, latest low range. Now, previous day low, right? So let's take a look at this. Previous daily low, perfect. So this hasn't taken that out yet. Usually there are orders over there, so you'll gravitate towards there. So we'll see if that one is taken out or not. Previous daily low, 180, that's fine. No short. Okay, so this is good. And I will check the volume. Now the volume is really important because it will give us a bit more confirmation. Okay, here on the cable, I'm still seeing on the upside here, isn't it? On the 1 hour, yeah, it's still not seeing the volume on this, but I might be coming back onto this one. So hang in there. We might have to reverse this position because it might do a trend change, isn't it? So I will take a look at this shortly. On the Brent, over here, let me see the volume. Great. I'm getting it here. Awesome. So here, that one there is what we're getting. Now, if it holds, is what we are looking for, right? So I'm getting the volume here. So what I will do now, in terms of, is spike through the third relative moving average, if you saw that one there, right? That's what we're looking for, yeah? And everything is aligning. You see how we align everything over here in the background, yeah? So all across the 3 time frames, downtrend. I need some weight to push these time frames back into phase 1 again, right? So then after that, my stretch line is to the lower side. Latest range that's taken out is the lower side as well. Previous daily low. This one hasn't taken out yet, so let me just edit that. This one is NA still as well. This one, traders, I think I might turn it into a long, you know. So I will take a look at that. Just give me a few more minutes on that one. So I might have to reconsider that position. This one here, let me send this one over. And then this one, Brent, is on the short side, okay? So good. So I've got all of that in over here. So now that we got the direction quite strong, let's now take a look at where we want to enter. Okay, now it's about timing, isn't it? Now, in terms of the timing, this is an outsider bar here. Let me see on the 1 hour. Definitely one place where I will start to take a look at of entry is for the low of that bar. Let me see how that 15 minutes looks like. So one place I will keep a resting order in case I don't get the confirmation is 67.29, okay? 67.29, okay? And the stop if it does a strong volume on that, let me do this. I'll go one time frame down. I just want to check on that 5-minute, isn't it? If it does confirm it or not. It's a high probability it might confirm, and if that goes on to be a 15-minute confirmation, I think we will be in a good place. So I will take a very quick look on this on terms of the close here, 67.59, isn't it? Just going to be a bit more patient on this one here. Just get that right, 67.90. Okay, so let me do that. I don't think we're going to get a confirmation on that one. Let's see whether we do get it or not. And then, in terms, I just want to just take a look on the, let me see here. In terms of this, right? So here on the 15-minute, this is a good alignment trade. I just need to get my timing right when to get in. So this is what we'll focus on now. Okay, good. So let me see this one here. Let me just work out the position size. Just bear with me a minute, guys. And then we'll go on to the topic for today. So I am taking a look at right. So here, this is what we need to get used to. So specification is 100. So if I do contract, it's $1. Okay. So I think we will be fine on that. I'll do this for now, and I'll push this out on Telegram channel as well. So this is coming on further down, isn't it? Is it going to confirm? I think I might need to wait on the 15-minute. So let me just wait on that one there. Right, so let me take a look at this. So in terms of 67.59, 67.87. Just bear with me on that one a bit. And then 67.53 is what we are looking at, isn't it? So I think we'll go for that one there. Right, so here, I think I'll push that out on the Telegram channel. So we got the, do we have the Brent over there? I don't have. So we'll take a short on that. I'll work out all the levels very shortly, traders. Just give me a moment on that one. Yeah, so this one here. So trade, we will take a look on a short over here. I've put that through in a Telegram channel. Now, what we need to do then, I'm taking a look here on what I'm really doing. Just give me a minute here. Right, so you guys would have got that on Telegram channels. And I'm taking a look on the 5-minute is what we got, the confirmation here. So if you want to be exact, it should exactly be at 67.58 is where we should be looking at. Okay. Is where we should be exactly looking at to enter this trade, right? Now, in terms of, I'll do on a 5-contract basis, just looking to see if the 500 times 40 cents. I'm just looking to just make sure that the position size is correct. It's 200, isn't it? Yeah, I think this one should be correct. And the reward, I'll do it on here. See if I do get the fill. I'm not getting that one there. Anyway, it's on the Telegram channel. So let me put it out on the Telegram channel then. Not sure why I'm not getting. Not sure why it's not coming up here. Okay, never mind. I'll leave that. Brand future. Yeah, it should be coming up. Okay, I got it now. Why? Right, got it. So here. So let's take a look at here. So I probably got the sell now. It's okay. So we will get it a little bit off the price, but you want to get it exact, you can do that. Here, what I'll take a look at, cable has come back a little bit further down. Still, it's a bit strong. Let me analyze that in a bit. Now, in terms of Brent, let me just put in all the stop loss and everything in place. So here, 67.88, okay, 67.86, 88, so 67.88 to be exact. Okay, right, so I will do this as well, 67.88 over here. And then in terms of the target, it's on the 5-minute here, isn't it? And then on the 15-minute, if it does take out, so I've got to wait for the confirmation signal to come here before I put the target in there. So we'll wait and see how that is. But for a target for the moment, I can put it for the low of this bar, 67.29 minus 38 cents, okay? 67.29 minus 0.38, 66.91, okay? That's what I'll do. Then I push this out on the Telegram channel as well. Okay. Okay, good. So all this is in. So I'll do that for now, but I'll change that in a minute. Okay, once we get the confirmation. So I'll keep this screen up over here over here. So let me now transfer all of this visually. So here, what we got is on the 5-minute, I've entered it a bit more earlier. Okay. On the close of this bar, 67.58 is what I've got. Okay. So let me do that. Okay, I've got that. And then in terms of the stop, as I did before, 67.88, isn't it? I've put it at, right? So 67.88 is what we are doing it at. So let me do that also visually. 67.88. Okay, so I've got that as well there. And then in terms of the target, as a first target, I am doing this. Okay, on the 1 hour time frame, I saw that that was the low of that bar. I'm just putting a 180 below that. So 67.29 minus 38, 66.91. Okay, that's what I'm doing. And there we go. So we got all in place now in terms of that. Okay. So what I will do it on the open position here. I'll amend that. And at price, so what we will do here is 67.88. And then I will do my target at 66.91. Okay. So that's what we will do for now. Because I'm looking to go on to the 15-minute for it to hold its top. Yeah, that's what I'm going for to ride that swing, okay? Right, so this one, we got to do it without decimal point. Okay. 67, oops. Right, I think the trade doesn't match up on this one, isn't it? I think I chose the wrong one, did I? Yes, we need the, yeah, I think, did I do that on the wrong one? 67? Yeah, I might have done it on the wrong one. So we need the August contract, isn't it? 67, 68 is where it's at. So let me do on the signal here. So here, so what we got? So let me come back to here. So 67, 58, right? So let me just do that properly. And let me delete the other one. I think it was the wrong contract that we chose. That's why the price is not matching up. 67, 88, right? And then the target is going to be for 66.91, okay? So that's what we're looking for. So I've done that. I'll close this one here on this October one, okay, traders? Pardon me on that. Okay, good. So that's closed. So we got everything in place now. Good. So we've got everything. So now coming back into here. So let's take a look now at GBPUSD. How's that doing? Don't think that one is looking that great. So I'm going to take a look on the volume side of things. It's still not very good over here on the volume. It's not showing me a clear sign here, is it? I can only see it come back in here towards that. Let me just check on the 5-minute. So this is the only one that is showing me over here. So what I will do on the cable trade, if I go back into here, I will do, have I got a 15-minute? I still don't have a test around that area, do I? That's my only thing. On the 1 hour, if it were to confirm, it'll take a bit of time. Perhaps. I'm still showing some steady run here. What I'll do, traders, I will do an entry on the opposite side as it invalidates my short position. And then that will be my second order for the day, okay? So I'll do that. All right, so I'll do a full one position there because the price is showing good on that 3839, right? 1.3620. I'll go for, and then the stop can be for the low 13589. Okay. Okay, good. So I've got all that in place. I've done a hedge a little bit. When this is invalidated, I'll go long on this, okay? With my stop over here. And then the other thing, what I'll also do, right? So 3589, just giving it some room on the spread. Just double checking everything here. 3589. And then target wise, we can do it for, I'll push this out on the Telegram channel as well. Signal. This is a buy. Stop. 3620. Let me see if I can. 1.3589. And my target. Right. Do I need to do that? Okay, good. So I've pushed that out to you guys. In terms of the target, we can go for 1 ATR in the beginning, 3617, even though I think there's some good pickup over here, I would actually go for the high of this. If not, a smaller target could be for 1 ATR. Once I've got all of this, traders, then we can go through a bit more slowly in understanding what we've done over here today, okay? So this one here, so yeah, so that's on the stop on that one, that's fine. This is good. I always feel that the best way to learn is always in real time, isn't it? So here, what I've got here is from the 1 ATR basis, 1 ATR, I've got 9 or 10 pips, right? So 3617, 3626, okay? 3626, 1.3626, okay? That's what we got over here. That's on the 1 ATR level. If I want to take a look on another target point, it could be for the break of this range, okay? And then my last target point would be for this one here, for the low, 3590 plus 80 pips, which is for the range of the day, isn't it? Right? Let me just do that. 0.8 times 98, 78, okay? 78 pips is what we're going for. Then the low here, 3590, 3590 plus 78, 3668 is the next target that we can go for, okay? So we'll see how that comes out to be, but I would, for the Telegram channel, I would say, looking at this, I would say 3633 I'll go for, okay, to begin with. So I'll push that out there, 1.3633, okay? So that's what we got in terms of the price. So it's about 13 pips, isn't it? About there, okay? From the 3620. Okay, traders, I think that's that one there. So we got two trades so far. So we got on GBP USD and the Brent position. The Brent is going against us a little bit, isn't it? So here we got that. So it is quite, so looks like it's coming back to test this. So let's see if it does survive it. It might not, actually. And at that point, we got to wait for the confirmation dot. You see, this is why I always like to wait for the confirmation dot. You see how the confirmation dot towards the short side really protects you when you got a bit more patience. But we were looking at it because we thought the 5-minute top over here can actually sustain itself, but doesn't look like it, does it? Anyway, we'll wait and see how that comes out to be. I don't think this is the one. I think that you'd have probably got stopped out on that at the moment in terms of Brent. Yeah, it did go through our stop there. Yeah, so that's why it's always good to wait a little bit in terms of that. So the Brent should have come out here on our Telegram channel as well, but why it hasn't? Why is it not kicked in? Not sure why. I'll remove that. It's a bit strange why it hasn't come back. That's fine. So we'll wait and we'll run the cable trade on here, but I'll still keep an eye on the Brent here because I am seeing still pointing towards the downside. So I'll wait and see if this area that's been cleared will come back down later on in the day. Okay, so we'll wait and see on that one. Okay, come. So what we'll do is now we'll go through a run through. Now, first, if I run out of time, the first thing is I'll give you all the reference links today. The reference links is first is 7 steps to CTP, okay? If I don't get the time to go through all of this, so you can go to 7 steps to CTP, and then you can take a look at the videos over there. The other one is once you have put in your contact details and everything here, click on the green button here, and then you will get the 7-part video series, okay? You can watch that at your own free time. The other thing that you can also see is our YouTube channel. Remember, I was talking about the stretch principle and all of that at the moment. So the stretch principle and all that, you can watch it over here as well. This will give you a detailed explanation on how you do the trend alignment, plus along with the stretch principle as well. This is the most powerful part, and you marry that up with volume, that's where it gets very powerful. Now, in terms of our website, MasterTheMarkets.net, you can go and take a look at that as well. When you go under the menu, if you want to get hold of the SMI and VSA indicators, you can go there and you can read through this to get the subscription. Those of you who want to ask us a bit more in-depth questions, you've looked through our videos, you've still got some questions and all of that, you can book a one-to-one session as well, okay? So all these things are at your disposal that you can start to take a look at. All right, traders. So we got all of that over here on the reference materials, but I would say that start off with 7 steps to CTP. For those of you guys who are joining in for the first time or you haven't looked at the videos, definitely take a look at 7 steps to CTP to begin with, okay? Right, so with that said, let's go on to the topic for today, which is on, let me see over here. Is there? Okay, good. Right, so let me go on to take a look at the topic for today, right? Topic for today on the Iran-Israel war, isn't it? On how it's affecting the markets today. How is it moving the markets? Now, you can see that definitely on this is what I meant, right? So don't get tricked into that rising thing because everything else is aligning on the downside, okay? It's just that our timing wasn't right on that one. But we'll still keep an eye before we take another trade on that. So if you take a look at that. This is what happens when you get big news items like that, right? The Iran-Israel war and all of that. What's going to happen to oil? Are they going to cap it? Is the supply going to increase? Is the demand going to fall? All of these things. And that's when you get whiplashes over here, right? Now, before we get carried away with the news and what happens on the news, what we do look at as professionals is we read in between the lines of the news and we see if the price marries up with the news or not. Okay, this is what we do. Because you see, traders, you can keep talking, right, until the cows fly. But until you put your money down the line, then the price is not going to move. If I give you an example, like property prices, house prices, right? So house prices are like, if you think about house prices, you can say, hey, you know what, I bought my property at 500,000, today is at 700,000 and it's rising up and all that. But to be honest, this is all just talk, isn't it? Right? Until you sell the property, until the money is in your bank account, that transaction has occurred, it doesn't reflect in your bank transaction, in your bank balance, right? So this is what we mean. So until it reflects as the price, until you get the move up or the move down, then whatever is happening in the news doesn't really work in your favor, you see. That's the whole point I'm looking to make. Now, over here, of course, there's a lot of tensions. War tensions are rising, right? And the market's on the edge. Oil is spiking. They say, but look what happened. If you just went on oil just spiking, look at what happens a few days later. So this is why we've got to marry up the whole picture together, okay? First of all, when it spikes like that, we don't chase the market because it's already in this part of the swing, open equity is already diminishing. If it's really going to sustain on its move up, what I'll wait for is a top to confirm, which then came from this big down move. Doesn't mean I can participate on that according to one strategy. Don't feel like you missed out this trade or just because you missed out that red bar over there, okay? You have to also analyze based on your strategy rules. That's exactly what I just did, right? My direction, timing, and in my direction and timing over here. You see, I fill up my spreadsheet first, according to my strategy rules that are written out. Then after that, then I take a bias, and then I time myself. Just now, as you saw on the Brent oil, my timing wasn't that great just now, okay? That 5 minute didn't hold to become a 15-minute top, okay? So sometimes timing, you cannot get it perfectly right. That's why risk management got to be there. But however, on the GBP USD trade, you can see that, yes, we got our bias a bit wrong, right? Thinking that the 15-minute will then bring the bar range further down based on the latest lower range. But then you must know how to cover it and to reverse it as well, okay? That's what you have to get good at. Now, you can only do all of that if you understand what you are doing. So coming back to here again on the Brent oil here, right? On the topic of Iran and Israel war. So the first thing is don't get carried away by what the news headlines are. But what I would say is get smart, read in between the headlines. If they're saying it's going to spike up, then start to see, hey, you know what, is it really true, or what should I wait for in terms of timing? Remember, every strategy in terms of entry is direction and timing. So when you read any news and marry that up with price, think in terms of these two things, direction and timing. When am I going to get in? What direction am I looking to get in? And then what is the timing for it? Now, if you had another strategy which is on an intraday basis, of course, when you see this over here on the lower stretch lines and all that forming, but that is towards a bar range forming, right? Then you can take towards the short, ride it as well, okay? Towards a bar range or towards your different objectives. That's another thing. Now, the other thing, what I will also say, in terms of if you want to get carried away with the news and the prices and all of that, this is what they were telling in the news, right? So if I read out to you, crude oil surged over 6%, right? Following US strikes on Iranian nuclear sites, right? Because, you know, people are thinking that, oh, the supply is not going to get limited now. Demand is going to shoot up. So the prices, you know, are going to go up. And this is what gets the crowd in. You see this bar over here, the spike, 6%, right? And when you look at the percentage, you're thinking, oh no, am I missing the move? This is what, as professionals, we shouldn't get carried away with the news. In fact, I would say the biggest money is where you go contrarian, but you can't go contrarian on every news as well. You've got to get the technicals to match up. The other thing is that why, and then they give the reason, right? Because traders, you know, fear Iran, you know, may retaliate, targeting the Strait, key global oil supply route supplies are going to get, you know, restricted, demand is going to increase. That's what happens. You see, this is what we are looking at, right? And then, of course, then they keep talking about the shipping routes are disrupted. And then Gavin usually talks about, you know, when we do the webinars with the Trade Guider team, he talks about that famous incident when they said BP is going to cap all the oil wells and everything, but they saw signs for it to basically, for the demand to shoot up and then to reverse, whereas the news was signaling towards going towards the downside, yeah? So there you go. So that's why you got to marry that up with the price. And you can see that the other thing also that I will talk about a bit later as well is you got to look at also gold as well, right? Because whenever war and all that happens, gold becomes a safe haven to run to, okay? And then the equities market as well, because people like to take out the cash, go and become safe, isn't it? So you will start to see a dip. But that is all still by hypothesis, what the war can do. But if you take a look, we actually went long on the Dow Jones and all of that. You can see a big rise in Dow Jones market, S&P, and all of that. So, you know, you got to marry that up with price as well, I would say. But the main thing I would say for now, based on the Iran-Israel war, I would say look for oil volatility. It's the leading indicator in this situation. What really is going to happen? What I would see is in terms of marrying that up with price, what I would look at, traders, is firstly, this is in an uptrend. So no matter what everyone says, fair enough, it's still in an uptrend until it takes out this level of 61.84 on the daily time frame chart. Okay, you must look at the different time frames. It's still in an uptrend. If I go a bit more higher, okay, over here, you know, in the weekly, that's a downtrend at the moment. Okay, is this turning into a phase one? Is what we need to think about. Okay, on the monthly, this is still in a downtrend. Okay, so is the higher time frames coming in to push all this further down? in terms of its phases is what we need to be thinking about, all right? So that's one thing over there. Now, critical levels where you will start to look to consider to come in is wait for a phase 2 first on here. But if I do get level support here, right, and I get volume backing, then I will start to take a look at towards the long side, okay, on the Brent oil over there. Right, now I'll take a look at one more. Let me even take a look at the 4 hour, 1 hour. I will see, I just want to see if there's any leveling off or not. If there isn't, there's still more downside, okay? You can see here, big spike up, isn't it? Over here, after that, we did still get continuation towards the downside. Over here, support this low here. I'm still not really getting any major volume spikes there. Over here, which marries up with everything, still not really, isn't it? I'm still getting all a downtrend at the moment. You see, this is what I meant. If I go back onto the daily here, you see, this is what I meant, right? You see, we got our timing wrong, okay? This is what everybody will get their confidence shot at the bottom, right? So in the 5-minute, I saw that, okay, yeah, there was a top over there, you know, will that confirm then to become a 15-minute bottom over there? That's how I took that shot on the Brent. But I got the timing wrong, isn't it? Right, traders? But over here, you see that. But however, our buyers wasn't really wrong. You're seeing there's a big spike to the upside. It's an uptrust, as they call it, right? In Trade Guider, you see? Right? So just that the timing got wrong. So this shouldn't get your confidence down. In fact, I would take another position here because I'm still confident about the direction, okay? And in terms of the 5-minute here, I'll take a look. The volume is a bit on the upside here. The 15-minute, this was where the big spike came. If this is a fake, this will take out the low over here, right? So, but still, my second entry will always be a bit more conservative, okay? That's what I will be taking a look at. So that one is still looking good on the 1 hour. I'll just marry that up with this one. So I'll push that out on the Telegram channel soon. So yeah, so the volumes are spiking up on that one there, okay? So that's how we would take a look at a trade. So let's see, I will just put 67.47 over here, right? Okay, this one doesn't allow you, so you only must go by 1. 67.47 is what I will go for. And then here, for the high, 68.04, okay? Is what I will go for next. And then we'll place the target accordingly. So I put my second position here. So we'll see how that goes on. We'll update you all on email as well, okay? I think those are the things. I want to finish off with gold, actually. Let's take a look at gold, what they're saying here. So the gold is a safe haven, of course, and they say that, you know, prices will go up a bit more further up, you know, and spike up. But look at what we got here. Right now on the daily, we've got an uptrend phase 2 at the moment, right? So we've got a retracement. Doesn't mean it cannot go up later on. But what I want to do before I get my timing to get in, I want to see if this bottom sustains. And to do that, I repeat again, I use price and I use volume. In terms of volume, I want to see in terms of my charts over here, is this leveling? I can't really see anything that is that obvious. So if I take a look over here as well on this one here, 3-6, in positions. Oh, why today it didn't? It's not triggering it, isn't it? 3609. So it's still coming back to test that, right? So on the cable, that's fine. We will keep an eye on that. Now, in terms of gold, you can see that if I go on to a higher time frame here, not sure why it's not. Yeah, take a look at that later. On the daily time frame, And I want to take a look at here. If there's some volume spikes to maintain that bottom there, I can't really see anything there. In terms of the 4-hour, no, nothing really, you see. This is how we start to take. I'm not seeing any accumulation as well. So a little bit more to go if that bottom gets sustained. Nothing at all, traders. So I'm not seeing any kind of accumulation or anything to sustain that bottom that we are getting at the moment, okay? So that safe haven spike and all that, that doesn't tell me anything to get in. This is how we marry up the price and the fundamentals together, okay? So don't just jump in just because of what comes in, because of the news. It might have a delayed effect on it, yes, I agree, but not an immediate effect, okay? Remember, always two things. One is direction. Second thing is timing. Always very important, okay? And how long you want to hold it for is another important part of the equation. That's how when we build our strategy, there are 5 components all together. So I would say my main summary points to take away from here on the Israel-Iran war is, first thing is, you know, just don't jump in just because you got a news headline and they are suggesting that, you know, gold will, you know, spike up, safe haven, you know, oil will spike up as well. So don't jump in because of the news. That's the first thing I would say. Second thing is that read in between the lines, and marry that up with price. And then finally, then have a direction bias plus your timing to come in. And to do that, use price and volume. These are the main takeaways, I would say, in terms of trading with the news and what's coming out in the headlines. Okay, great traders. I guess that's pretty much that from me on this session. I'll manage the positions and I'll put that onto the Telegram channels. In terms of the last videos that I want to tell you all to take a look at, definitely highly recommend over 15 years of collective research that we have put together. You can use this in any strategy that you do. First thing is 7 steps to CTP. After that, then once you put in your contact details, click on the green button after you click I'm not a robot, then click on that. You can watch the 7 videos at your own free time. After that, then you also got your YouTube channel where you can take a look at the stretch principle videos, and then our Master the Markets website here, where once you click on SMI and VSA, then you can go onto here, read up about it, and then you can purchase the SMI and VSA together, okay? And in terms of the calendar, if you still got any in-depth questions you want to ask us, you can book a session in. The team would have put a date for you in, okay? I think that's pretty much that. I will keep an eye on these positions and I will manage that on the Telegram channel. Okay, traders? Traders, I guess that's pretty much that from me. I think we just had cable just trigger over there. So I will see how that all comes in. You see over here? Now you're getting the volume spike. So we just entered on that trend change over there, okay? And we'll monitor that and see how that comes out to be, okay? Another thing, what I think you have learned from all of this is that, you know, sometimes your first position might not be the best, just like how we take losses in front of you, and then we manage our risk and all that. But then the other thing is, you know, how to then overcome that, how to then flip your position. That's the mark of a true professional, okay? So you must really know what's happening. You must be very clear on what you want to capture as well. All right, traders, I guess that's pretty much that from me on this live trading webinar. Tomorrow, we'll go live with Trade Guider on their channel on Thursdays. So we'll catch you there if you are coming in there, or you can watch the recording as well. For now, I would say, just as a parting thing, 7 steps to CTP.com, first place to begin your learning journey on this methodology. Very powerful methodology that has been started back in the 1960s and 70s, and we have been developing on it. Right, traders, that's pretty much that for me. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master. Take care and bye for now.